but this is a really special one because not only do we have one of our home buyers on the line with us, but we have a veteran who has a really special message that I'm even getting the goosebumps just kind of setting the stage here. We had a chance to chat just before this, and I had actually asked him to stop because it was so good. I want to make sure that we caught it on film. So Kendrick, I want to welcome you first and foremost, and very much thank you for your service to our country. I said that prior, but I want to make sure I memorialize that on this call. That doesn't go without saying. We are grateful for our veterans and those that are currently serving. That's freedom that we wouldn't have without you guys. So thank you very much for your service. And would you take a minute and just introduce yourself, please?
Okay. I'm Kendrick Harrison, United States veteran, Army veteran, as a matter of fact. During my tour in Iraq, I actually suffered a combat injury, and once I got out, I decided that I would go back to school. Just a little bit of background about me. I decided I would go back to school to use my GI Bill, and I did that so I can further my education and get my, do better for me and my family. Unfortunately, I signed up for a for-profit college institution, which ended up defrauding me and fellow students and veterans out of about $16 million of federal financial aid and student funds that were supposed to go to students. That ordeal sent my family and I into an absolute financial tailspin. My credit score dropped 100 points. My car was repossessed. My family and I were evicted. And we really didn't know what our next step was, so our dream was, prior to this, to buy a house. I mean, even to the fact that we were even working with another real estate agent, and he's like, yeah, I can get you done, we just need a few more months. And we didn't really know much about the deal or the program or whatever, but they said we could do it. We're like, we can reach our dream. So we're like, okay, well, let's try it. And then that very same month that I got that email, the school closed down and pretty much said, hey, nobody's getting their money. And woe was the story at that point.
And that's when things started going downhill for you at that
things
point.
Were, yeah.
Correct?
They were at their lowest point at that point,
Okay. By the way, for the sake of the clarity, you're in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes,
Las
Vegas, Nevada.
Great. And so you had an agent. The home that you thought was your dream home was within sight. Certainly you could see it, taste it, feel it, and had aspirations, and obviously the GI Bill and getting further education. And then things really went south, and that sounds like caused a little bit of a tailspin in your life. Things kind of dominoed, and one thing after the other.
Absolutely. And it's just been a struggle. And I mean, we still thought for, even at this period, that we were well out of range of ever, reaching that dream, realizing that dream of home ownership. I mean, it just seemed like, with the credit ratings and the programs that were available, they just weren't for us. I mean, even being a veteran and
I was just going to say, so even as
with my GI Bill, it was still, criterias and, scoring and negotiation and things that had to be done prior to that. And the funny thing is that my wife, she said, you know what, we're getting buried with rent, like we've got to do something here. I mean, like we're trying to stay afloat, but we're not getting any equity and we're not making any progress. And ever since this thing happened, like we're trying to get our feet under us. And luckily she found a little ad on I think it was Craigslist for Little Pink. And she showed it to me, and I'm like, what is this? She's like, Little Pink. I was like, well, we don't need a little pink house. We need a big house, a big family house. Little Pink just had this, I was like, well, okay. So I'm gonna call them, and they said they have programs and they help veterans, and we'll see how well it is and what they offer. And the whole thing in the back of my mind, I'm thinking,
skeptical.
Okay, you found a place on Craigslist that says that their name is Little Pink, and they've got houses. Okay, we'll see where this goes. And you know what? Couldn't have been a better decision. Okay, so
Tell me about it.
I mean, it's one of those times when my wife said, "You never listen to me." I was so glad that I listened to her. Okay, because when she got in touch with Little Pink from day one, okay, they contacted us with a representative by Sherry Epstein, and from day one, she made us feel like we were her top priority. I mean, in the back of your mind when you're buying a house, you're like, hey, I know, the market, I know I'm not the only one who's, who she's taking care of and showing houses and things like that. But I'll tell you something, every time I called her, had a question, she had an answer, or she would get back to me in a proper, time frame. I mean, one thing that I can't speak volumes enough about is the service that I received. I mean, like I said, I had another agent, and the contrast in service, it couldn't be more opposite. I went from a deal that I wasn't comfortable with, that didn't know much about, to that even a house that I was kind of, I wasn't really sure on, but I felt more pressure to, to get the deal done. Oh, he did this and he did that, so I don't want to mess up all his hard work. Never one day did my family or I feel like that with Sherry. I mean, Fantastic. She always gave us the information, made it our decision, and said, you know what, at the end of the day, I just want you guys to be happy. And Fantastic. So for the service, the product, and the overall experience, not only have I recommended my brother to go through Little Pink for his house, but every other veteran and friend and family that I have, I've said, hey, these people, if you're going to make one of the most important decisions in your life, you better go with someone that actually cares about you.
Fantastic.
That actually cares about what they're doing. Yeah. That'll go that extra mile.
Yeah,
I don't want to stop you there, but I do want to highlight this because I think this is extremely important. And I don't know how the company is structured, but if she should really be like the introductory, like, hey, before you go out to meet other potential buyers, go talk to Sherry. Let her give you some tips and tricks, because the buying experience was unparalleled. She really represented the company well. I think she got me and my family the best deal for our dream home. Not just the home. I'm talking about our dream home. The dream home that I'm going to shed a tear when I walk my daughter down those stairs to go to her prom.
Amen.
These are the dreams that are being made possible by Little Pink.
Thank you.
I can't speak enough volumes about the process, the deal as a whole. I mean, from start to finish, we went from being brand new home buyers, not knowing what to expect from, inspections to codes and, the big, the big, law book of paperwork that you have to go through. And I mean, she made a really daunting task very easy and digestible for us. I mean, not to even mention the complexity of our deal personally. I'm not going to go too much into that, but I mean, there were some hiccups there that things that had to be moved around, and we were on vacation at one point throughout the deal, and she jumped through hoops just to make sure that our vacation wasn't impacted. I mean, who does that? I mean, I'll tell you who. Little Pink does it, okay? And if you're not going with Little Pink, then you're going with the wrong company. I'm just saying.
And we're not paying you to say these things.
No. You know what you've done.
Yeah.
You facilitated the dream of home ownership for me and my family. And I mean, I don't think that other companies are willing to go the extra mile. I don't think that other companies, even that I've dealt with, have had the level of service, not just with the product. I mean, I mean, the product, meaning the house. I mean, the house is beautiful. It's well taken care of. There were no hitting fees. There were no leaks when we got in here. No termites. You know, I mean, all the things that homeowners dread when they're thinking about, oh my God, is the roof going to leak? No leaky roof. You know what? Just your dream home, right? And a great deal. And so this is why you're getting this level of praise, because I think it's warranted. I think that is the issue. Had I known about Pink sooner, then I think, like I said, a lot of those fears could have been put to bed a little sooner. You know, if I know that, hey, you know what, there are alternatives, and there is another avenue to home ownership. You know,
You'd have done it a few years ago, you said, right? If you'd have known a few years ago, you'd
yeah,
have made it. Yeah,
yeah,
we get that a lot. We're said, I wish I'd have known about you, you know, a year or two or three. If I'd have known, my life path might have been different. So yeah, we definitely get that, and you know, probably would make different decisions.
Little Pink, the facilitator of dreams.
I love it, man. That might be our new slogan. That might be our new slogan.
And look, if I wasn't attached to the computer here, I would show you the house. I mean, my house is beautiful. My wife loves it. My kids love it. I've never seen the laughter that fills the halls of the house. It just warms my heart. I mean, I just feel so great about, you know, about the deal and about everything, you know, the service that I provide, that I was provided. Like I said, unmatched, unparalleled.
Fantastic. Well, it makes me smile and very proud of Cherry. She's obviously a wonderful person and a great representation of us. We couldn't be more proud of her and more honored to have her as part of our family, because we get to talk to folks like you, and that just makes it all worthwhile. So I want to thank you for all your comments. I am almost blown away right now, you know, and there's just gratitude in my heart for. It's why we do what we do. Our mission is we create homeowners, and we are a for-profit business, but that never comes before people. And this is just really a special call to hear. So I want to just thank you again for your candor and for your honesty. So, well, Kendrick,
just as a word, as a last bit, because I want to make sure that I've cleared it with you, okay? Because, like I said, I'm not just saying this, you know, just to say it. I mean, this is really, it's really been a dream come true for my family and I, especially having gone through what we went through. And I'm definitely going to reach out to other veteran service organizations. I mean, so if you have any potential buyers that are aware of companies like IAVA or VES, Veterans Education Success Network, I mean, these people, I'm going to be reaching out to them personally and letting them know that Little Pink is out there for the veterans, you know.
And if I can
help,
help,
you're a veteran, if this gets out, and if you're a veteran and you're thinking about home ownership, okay, definitely go through Little Pink, okay. And if anything else, go and talk to one of their representatives. And if they can't get you a house, I don't think it can be done. But it's just, I just thank you guys so much, man. You guys are so awesome. Even a call like this, the after action, you know, review. I mean, from the military, this is like an after action review, a debriefing,
sure,
you know, of sorts, and just making sure that, hey, we've taken care of you guys in a 360-degree, you know, way, you know, from start to finish. Not only making sure that, you know, once we've got you in and we've got you the dream home, but now that you're in the dream home, how's that dream home going? Do you still do you have any buyer's remorse? Is anything going wrong with the property? It's like, you know what, we're one big family, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
Kendrick, I am speechless, man. I don't know what to say. It was fantastic. I appreciate all your comments. It's an honor for us to be able to work with guys like you who have served our country and found themselves in a bit of a spot. And for us to be able to help in some small way, it makes it all worthwhile. So congratulations to you and your family on your home ownership. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. The one message I want to make sure that you conveyed was to the message to veterans, other veterans out there, and I think you did a great job in doing so, that there are options. That you mentioned at one point that some of your hope had gotten lost, and that through this process, in some way, it might have been restored. And so, so I guess I would say before I kind of draw to a conclusion and say a big thank you to you one more time, is there one final message or anything else that you want to add before we conclude this call? I think you did a great job on getting it out there, but if there are veterans that we share this with, or veterans watching, anybody active service, obviously, if there was one thing you want to say, and again, I think you might have said it already, but I'll give you one final a blip here before we break on the call. Any final thoughts before we get off?
Yeah. Okay. So this is to my fellow veterans. Okay. We know, if you know as I know, on the battlefield, we never leave a comrade behind. That's just a tenet of our code. You know what? Little Pink stands with the veterans. They won't leave a veteran behind. They don't leave a fallen soldier behind. And if that is the organization that you want making one of the most important decisions in your life, those are the guys for me. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, when home ownership is probably one of the biggest purchases that you're going to have to make, you definitely want to make it with people that's going to have your back.
Fantastic.
You know,
Kendrick?
one thing that I would change about Little Pink, we got to get the word out. You're hidden. You're like the hidden gem.
The hidden gem.
No, we got to let that diamond shine so everybody can benefit. I mean, I can think of so many people right now that I know can benefit from this, and we're gonna put those people in contact. We're gonna put them in touch, and they're gonna be able to realize the same dream that I did, to be a homeowner, and that's what Little Pink's out there doing.
Amen. Amen. Kendrick, thank you. You are a wonderful human being. Thank you again for your service, and thank you for allowing us to be a small part of your journey here. It's really been a privilege and a pleasure. So good luck to you. I hope our paths get to cross again, and thank you
definitely.
for your
You're
time.
Invited to the housewarming. No.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
We'll see what COVID. We'll see what COVID brings.
There you go.
You definitely get an invitation.
Hey, you never know. I might just show up. Show up.
You should. For sure,
fantastic.
For sure.
Well, good luck to you, and I really appreciate your time, and I hope I get to see that house real soon.
Awesome.
All right, man. Take care of yourself. Thanks again, Kendrick.
All right, you too. Thanks again.
Thank you, guys.